The world never expected the Philippines to give Broadway its most powerful voice, but one girl from Manila did exactly that. Her name, Lea Salonga. She became the first Asian woman to win both a Tony Award and an Olivier Award. From Miss Saigon to Les Miserables, her voice broke every old barrier. But here's the shock. In 2025, her defining moment was not on the stage. It was when she stood beside her son, proving family matters more than fame. How does one woman live as a Disney princess, a Broadway icon, a wife, and a mother, while building a truly luxurious life? Think of her voice in a whole new world, her song Reflection as Mulan, and decades later, the applause of packed symphony halls. Yet behind it all, she returns home quietly to her family. In the next few minutes, you'll discover the real story of Lea Salonga, her husband, her son, her career, her net worth, and the luxurious life that shocked the world. In 2025, at 54 years old, Lea Salonga still commands the stage. She headlines world tours. She fills symphony halls. She returns to Broadway, and the audiences rise for her. Alongside the career stands her family. Her son Nick now joins her in the spotlight. She openly supports his path, standing with him in public and in private. This makes her story bigger than just music. It is about building both a career and a home at the same time. In 2025, she lives in New York, balancing international concerts with motherhood. From the theater to her apartment, she switches roles with the same focus. Millions admire her because she shows you can stay relevant, age with confidence, and still lead the stage. She is not a star of the past. She is a star of the present, with both her voice and her family at the center. So how did this story of strength and balance begin? Lea Salonga's story began in Manila, where her talent was clear from the start. By 10 years old, she was already performing as a child singer. In 1981, she released her first album, Small Voice. That album marked her as more than just another kid singer. She had raw talent that made her stand out in the crowded Manila music scene. Through her teens, she kept building on that momentum. Then came the breakthrough. At just 18 years old, she was cast as Kim in Miss Saigon. It was 1989, and London's West End had never seen anything like her. An unknown Filipina walked onto the stage and delivered a performance that shocked critics and audiences. She was not simply good for her age. She was world-class. From a child with a small voice in Manila to the lead in an international blockbuster, the leap was massive. But it raised one question. What hidden trait allowed Leah to cross cultures and conquer the world so young? Lea Salonga was not only talented, she was disciplined. She spent long hours in practice. Her voice stayed almost perfect because she worked every day. By 1991, the hard work gave her big rewards. She won the Tony Award. She won the Olivier Award. She won the Drama Desk Award. All for Miss Saigon. No other Asian actress had done this before. She became a symbol of hope. Many young Asian kids saw her and believed they could reach Broadway too. But success also brought a problem. Some directors saw her only as the Asian girl role. They ignored her wide talent. This was a risk. Being typecast could trap her into the same kind of roles again and again. The next step would decide if she could break this barrier. Fame brought both success and limits for Lea Salonga. Many offers tried to lock her into only Asian roles. She knew this could hurt her career, so she made a choice. She kept her private life far from the tabloids. Unlike many stars, she avoided scandals. She lived a low-key life, focused on her work and her family. This made her different. Her talent stayed in the news, not her personal problems. In 2004, she surprised many people. She married Robert Charles Chien, a Filipino-Chinese businessman, in a quiet wedding. There were no big cameras. There was no media circus. She showed the world that it was possible to be a global star and still keep a normal life. For Leah, real strength was not only on the stage, but also in how she lived off stage. And then came the step that changed everything, the move that made her a true global icon. In 1992, Lea Salonga became the singing voice of Princess Jasmine in Aladdin. In 1998, she became the singing voice of Mulan in Mulan. Millions of children grew up hearing her voice without even knowing her name. Every child who sang A Whole New World was listening to Leah. Every child who sang Reflection was hearing her again. Her songs played in theaters, on television, and inside homes all over the world. This made her part of Disney history. In 2011, she was named a Disney Legend, one of the highest honors the company gives. It proved her voice was not only beautiful, but also timeless. For many fans, her songs became tied to their childhood memories. Even adults today still know her Disney tracks word for word. This is why Lea Salonga is often called true Disney royalty. But Disney fame alone does not guarantee financial freedom, and that part of her life would surprise many people. Many reports say Lea Salonga has a net worth of about $18 million. This makes her one of the richest performers from the Philippines. But the real story is more quiet than the numbers. For Leah, luxury is not about big cars or giant mansions. Her idea of luxury is simple: stability. She has built a life where her family is secure and her career is steady. Her income comes from many sources: Broadway shows, world tours, Disney royalties from Aladdin and Mulan, and brand endorsements that reach across Asia and the United States. This mix keeps her earnings strong, even decades after her first success. But what surprises many fans is her lifestyle. She does not live in a flashy mansion. She lives modestly in New York, in a home she shares with her son, Nick. Her life looks different from the Hollywood image of wealth. It is more about balance than excess. But money is only part of her journey. Her true measure is the legacy she has built beyond the numbers. Lea Salonga did more than build her own career. She opened doors for other Asian performers. Her role in Miss Saigon changed the industry. Her Tony Award and Olivier Award were the first ever for an Asian woman. That victory showed that talent could break past barriers of race and background. For decades, she carried the weight of representation. She became a role model for Asian kids who dreamed of Broadway or Hollywood. Her success proved that these dreams were possible. But Leah did not stop at being a performer. She grew into a mentor. She coached and supported younger artists, helping them find roles and build confidence. Her work turned into something bigger than one career. It became a pathway for the next generation. From London to New York to Manila, her influence stretched across the world. But with global respect came new tests. In 2025, a private family moment would challenge how she lived by her own values. In 2025, Lea Salonga's family life became part of the spotlight. Her son Nick came out as trans-masculine. The news spread fast across media and social platforms. Many people watched to see how Leah would respond. She gave a clear and strong answer. She said, "Meet your kid where they are." Those words showed her support without hesitation. Some critics attacked her for it, but many fans praised her even more. Her loyalty never changed. She placed her family above public opinion. This moment showed a different kind of courage. It was not about facing an audience on Broadway. It was about standing firm for her child in real life. For Leah, the true meaning of luxury was not money, cars, or houses. It was love. It was giving her family the freedom to be themselves. That choice revealed her deepest values. It proved that her legacy was not only about her voice, but also about her heart. And that leads to the ultimate truth behind her life. Lea Salonga's story looks like it is about money, awards, and fame. But her true luxury is none of these. Her real wealth is in her family and her love. The world calls her Disney royalty, yet she defines her own riches in a very different way. Not in red carpets, not in gold trophies, but in standing beside her son Nick and keeping her family strong. This is the twist. She showed that success without love is empty, and love is what makes success truly meaningful. In 2025, when Nick shared his truth, Leah's embrace showed her greatest role. It was not Kim in Miss Saigon, not Jasmine in Aladdin, not Mulan in Mulan. Her most important role was mother. That moment revealed what her life was really about. This was never just a story of a luxurious life. It was about the life behind the luxury. So now the reflection turns to you. What is your real definition of luxury? Things you own or the people who stand beside you? Lea Salonga's journey from Manila prodigy to global icon proves that true luxury is family, love, and lasting legacy. She shattered ceilings, gave voice to Disney princesses, built quiet wealth, and still chose humility over excess. Her story shows that real success is not only about what the world sees, but also about what happens at home. For more untold stories of icons who changed the world, make sure to subscribe now and tell us, which part of Leah's life surprised you most? Her Tony and Disney career, or her quiet devotion to family?